Now I would like to introduce Karen Cross, the co-founder, managing partner for Fresh Tracks Capital, who would like to say a few words for the Small Business People of the Year award winners, Mamava.
I have a speech because my partners never like me to be unfiltered in my remarks, and I wasn't going to ad-lib, but you've teed it up, Megan. So two things really about this. One, I had totally forgotten until tonight that I mentioned that, and sometimes it's nice to be right. So thank you, thank you for pointing that out to me. I'd forgotten about that. So good evening, award winners, congressional staffers, Commissioner Goldstein, Regional SBA Administrator Davis. Nice to meet you, by the way. I'm Karen Cross. I'm the co-founder and managing director of Fresh Tracks Capital. I am proud to say that Mamava is one of our tremendous Vermont portfolio companies in our portfolio, and I'm privileged to be able to spend time with the entire Mamava crew, which makes up literally half of the audience tonight, and then also Sasha and Christine. So, because I want to sound smarter, I'm gonna read something to you. So 2 weeks ago, the New York Times ran a piece called "Visionaries with the Courage to Change the World." Focus on the word courage. One of my colleagues, knowing I was going to make these remarks tonight, sent me the piece. I won't say who she was. In the article, there's a quote from leadership guru Simon Sinek that I would like to read to you. So I'm going to read you this quote. "When people talk about innovators and leaders, you usually get words like vision and charisma." But he goes on to say, "The one characteristic that I'm very comfortable saying is that all remarkable leaders in big business, small business, not-for-profit, military, government, and the arts have to have is courage." Let me paraphrase that down. The characteristic you have to have is courage to be an entrepreneur. So I spent 33 years in Vermont financing businesses. That's basically what I've done. It's been my observation that Vermont entrepreneurs are incredibly good at creating entire categories, right? Industries that have never existed before. So think Jake and Donna Carpenter in the 1980s inventing the snowboard and then creating the snowboarding industry. Think of Bob Stiller forging ahead despite everybody in his company saying the Keurig coffee machine was an idiotic idea. Think about him forging ahead to create the most significant innovation in single-serve coffee since the Mr. Coffee machine. Who can forget Ben & Jerry perfecting cause marketing as a way to sell super premium ice cream? Whew. Sorry, Ben. All of these Vermont entrepreneurs had courage. And so as I was thinking about this and preparing the remarks, it suddenly occurred to me, in the recesses of my brain, there's a story that's perhaps the right analogy to tell tonight. And to do that, I am going to take you back 41 years, I was merely a child, to 1977, the Royal Tyler Theater on the UVM campus, where costume designer Polly Smith, her assistant Hinda Schreiber, we know her today as Hinda Miller, and their colleague Lisa Lindahl invented the sports bra by literally sewing two jock straps together. The company Jog Bra was formed. The sports bra category was created. I dare say there is not a woman in the audience tonight that does not own or has not owned at least one sports bra. Please tell me there's not one. So who better to take on the challenge of solving a problem unique to all women than two Vermont women who experienced that problem firsthand? Sasha Meyer and Christine Dodson were working moms whose jobs required them to travel, and as young breastfeeding mothers, they realized how poorly the United States was equipped for traveling and nursing mothers to be able to use their breast pump on the go. They had their own aha moment. They decided to do something about it. Slowly, surely, over a period of years, they designed a solution. They incubated that solution inside of JDK, the Burlington design studio in which they worked. And then several years ago, they gave birth, see where I'm going with this, to a startup, Mamava, to the creation of an entire category, lactation sweets, and, as recently noted by Forbes magazine, to the Lactivist movement, because when you have Ben & Jerry's literally in your backyard, you learn something about cause marketing. So it's my great pleasure tonight, there's going to be a little video here that rolls right after I finish, but it's my great pleasure tonight to congratulate two of the finest entrepreneurs Vermont has ever seen, Sasha Meyer, Christine Dodson.
Thank you, Karen. And now it's my pleasure to introduce the Commissioner of Economic Development for the State of Vermont, Joel Goldstein, who will have a few words to say and present the Small Business People of the Year Award.
This is one of the best parts of doing this job. This is a great night and a celebratory event to celebrate all this ingenuity and innovation, creativity and courage, as Karen said. It's just my pleasure and honor and privilege, really, to present this final award. The Small Business Award winner, I'll say persons of the year, Sasha Meyer and Christine Dodson. A little bit more of a story, though you've heard much tonight. I'll give you a little bit more detail. It was only founded in 2013. 5 years. Mamava designs and makes the first and only freestanding lactation suite for nursing mothers on the go. And I have to say that when I'm traveling around the country and I see these, the feeling of pride that this is designed, funded, and manufactured in Vermont, it's really, truly amazing. It's not often that you see the Vermont products on the go. It was in 2015 the company started to really take off. Since then, the company has tripled its sales. There are more than 450 suites in airports, stadiums, convention centers, hospitals, schools, zoos, and private businesses throughout the U.S. The company hired its first employee in 2015, obtained an SBA microloan from Community Capital of Vermont. They're here today, right? Yeah. And won the 2015 Innovator Vermont Challenge, and the company was then a finalist for the great soccer matches, as Megan was talking about, 2016 National Innovate Her Challenge. Mamava has also received contracting assistance from the SBA. Today, the company has 20 full-time employees and expects to hire more full-time employees throughout the year. They're also very active in their community. Meyer and Dodson donate to the Vermont Women's Fund, the Girls' Night Out, and are members of the Main Street Alliance. Mamava has partnered with other organizations to donate lactation suites to airports, a zoo, school, and other public health departments. Please join me in congratulating both of these great entrepreneurs.
Oh, yeah, we're saying that.
Yeah, sorry.
First of all, I want to thank everybody who came tonight, thank the SBA, thank Karn for that lovely introduction, and I want to call your attention to this beautiful little print that everybody should have gotten on their seats. It has a mantra that we use all the time at Mama Va. It says, we each have different gifts for the revolution. By our other nominees or award winners tonight, we can all see that we all do bring different gifts, and Audrey's gift of singing and my mom's gift of peonies. We wanted to just thank, those were made at the Iskra Art Collective, which is associated with the design studio Solidarity of Unbridled Labor, where Mama Va was born. So, a few little stories. On Memorial Day weekend, my husband Aaron and I took our kids to the Calvin Coolidge birthplace in Plymouth Notch. And walking through this humble little spot was a really good reminder of the grit, ingenuity, love for the land and community that has driven Vermonters for generations. While I'm not a Vermonter, as my father-in-law Dwayne reminds me all the time, I am actually married to one, so I would like to start with an excerpt from the now very familiar speech that Calvin Coolidge made upon visiting our state after the floods of 1927. Vermont is a state I love. I could not look upon the peaks of Ascutney, Killington, Mansfield, and Equinox without being moved in a way that no other scene could move me. It was here that I first saw the light of day. Here I received my bride. Here my dead lie pillowed on the loving breast of our everlasting hills. Best breast case in a presidential speech anywhere. He continued, I love Vermont because of her hills and valleys, her scenery and invigorating climate, but most of all because of her indomitable people. They are a race of pioneers who have almost beggared themselves to serve others. If the spirit of liberty should vanish in other parts of the Union and support of our institutions should languish, it could all be replenished from the generous store held by the people of this brave little state of Vermont.
It is the generous store of the people of Vermont who we have to thank for our early success and for this award. Sasha and I are grateful to the many people who believed in our vision, our families, collaborators, investors, policymakers, and staff who know that breastfeeding isn't just a women's issue, workers' rights issue, health issue, class issue, race issue, or an environmental issue. It is, at its core, breastfeeding is about what it means to be human, to sustain human life. It is with some trepidation that we accept an award like this because our story is unfinished and there is still so much work to do. A lot of work to do. Mama Va is a business that was propelled by progressive policy around breastfeeding and workers' rights. In recent months, we have seen support for our institutions languish and the spirit of liberty dim. But rather than being undone by political forces, we see our work as both creating and riding the wave of a new movement, one that unequivocally states that time is up. The movement is being led by a new generation of young moms who know their value and their rights and refuse to compromise. Women like Lacey Komos and Samantha Maitland of Philadelphia, who created a petition for Amtrak to create lactation spaces, which got 50,000 signatures. And now I'm happy to announce Mama Va lactation suites are being placed in 5 Amtrak stations across the country. Women like Brianna Warner, Executive Director of the North Dakota Breastfeeding Coalition, who worked to raise funds and grant money to place our suites in every North Dakota airport. And Mama Juliana Brian Smith, who is both a principal at Coney Island Prep Elementary in New York and a nursing mother who recognized breastfeeding shouldn't just be a privilege for those with a private office, but an option for all employees in all of those Coney Island Prep locations.
So there's this term called intergenerational buffering, and it's the idea that our efforts today can change things for the next generation. We see a future for our children where breastfeeding is an easy, no-brainer, it's the obvious, helpful, comfortable, convenient, and dignified option for all moms. So, we would like to dedicate this award to the Mamava babies, the next generation who will see breastfeeding as a right and not a privilege. This award is dedicated to Calvin and Story, Eli, Mia, Oliver, Falcon, Carson, Thatcher, Abigail and Audrey, Jamie, Gabe, Alexa and Jesse, Doug and James, Ash and Ivan, Mac and Maeve, Mackenzie,
Isaac, Manny, and Julius, Jackson, Henry, Maria, Katie, Nathan, Hannah, Reese, Avery, Jules, Kai, Reese, Vaughn, Asher, Addie, Sarah, Will, Tori, Posey, and Greta. Thank you. Hi, I'm Christine Dodson, one of the co-founders of Mamava,
and I'm Sasha Mayer, also a co-founder of Mamava.
and we're very honored and excited to win this award. It's a great event, and it's nice turnout and beautiful weather. Yeah, so for us, this really was exciting because we have been in business for a while, but feeling like we're on this trajectory, and to be recognized for that is really special.
I think Vermont is a great place to do business. It's really welcoming to sort of independent ideas and the values of the people here in terms of quality of life and family focused has been a big part of what we're building as well.